Let's go next to Brooks in Alabama. I know there's a quarterback competition going on in Tuscaloosa. That's right. It seems like Ty Simpson is in the driver's seat. How would you evaluate the upside of Simpson at quarterback this year for the Tide? Right now, based on my understanding of what's going on in Tuscaloosa, is that Ty has had a solid camp. He is in firm control of the number one job so far. That the other two, between Austin Mack and Keelan Russell, those are the ones that are kind of competing for that number 2 spot right now. And then once we get into the summer, maybe that competition is extended. Maybe one of those guys makes a leap and makes this thing super competitive down the stretch. I don't think we're going to have an answer anytime soon. At least I don't think it's going to make sense publicly for them to come out and to endorse one guy as the starter, for fear that the fact that there's only 3 guys right now on scholarship, you lose one of the other 2 guys. Now you're down to 2 and you're back in the portal for a guy that doesn't have a great feel for the system. If I were in charge of this quarterback competition, this thing's going all the way until week 1. As long as I can potentially string it out, I would string it out. The other thing I'd say too is that by all accounts, the most improved position on Alabama's team this upcoming season might be wide receiver. Now, there's a lot of people, there's a ton of buzz right now that's out there about what they've received from Isaiah Horton, the transfer from Miami. He's big, he's physical. They believe that he is a guy that can take the top off the defense and create big plays. He's been very difficult to defend for a pretty good secondary so far this year. By all accounts, last Friday, a couple touchdowns in the scrimmage against the top team defense. He had a couple of very contested catches there as well. So I think there's a lot to like about some of the progress that's been made at wide receiver, because let's be real. Last year, wide receiver was a huge headache for Alabama. A huge headache. They had guys that were undersized. They had guys that really didn't fit any specific role. If you look at how Alabama likes to structure their team, or you look at how Alabama's staff, Ryan Grubb, their offensive coordinator, how he wants to structure, he wants a guy that is going to play the Z receiver. He wants a guy that can play the X receiver, and they're going to have a slot guy. We know Ryan Williams is going to be your Z. We know Jeremy Bernard's going to be your slot. We know Isaiah Horton's going to be your X. That's a pretty good spot to start. So whoever the quarterback is, and at this point, if I had to bet, it'd be Ty Simpson, they're going to take the field with a really improved supporting cast, by all accounts, with what we've seen through the first 8 practices at spring football.